Shalom.
And welcome to the Rabbi Louis J. Siegel Sanctuary at Temple Emeth in Teaneck, New Jersey. This evening is the first time since the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic that Cantor Tillam and I are leading a service together here in the sanctuary. And it is the first time that we are live streaming with cameras that can better capture the feeling of what it is like to be here in the sanctuary. If you are watching our service this evening from your computer or smart TV, I hope you will consider yourself not a viewer, but a participant. Feel free to sing along with the music and to rise at the designated parts of the service. If you have a copy of Mishkan Tefillah at home, take a moment now to bring it to your computer so you can be a full participant in the service. If you do not have a copy of the book, you can access the prayer book in flipbook format by clicking the link on the Temple Emeth website's live streaming page. Be sure you click on the option for weekdays, Shabbat, and festivals. In our sanctuary this evening is Emma Foyer, who will become a bat mitzvah tomorrow, and a handful of her family and friends. For those here in the sanctuary, I invite you to read the responses to the responsive readings and to sing softly when the cantor leads us. As we begin our service, I invite you to turn to page 142 in Mishkan Tefillah. Page 142, as we join together in singing our opening song, please join us as we sing Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malchei Hasharet, Malchei Elyon, Mimel, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Bachem L'Shalom, Malchei Hashalom, Malchei Elyon. Kadosh Baruch Hu, Tzitchem l'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
At this time, our service continues with the lighting of our Shabbat candles, which is found in Mishkan Tefillah on pages 120 and 121. I'd like to invite Emma to come and lead us in the lighting of the Shabbat candles.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Oops. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam,
We continue now with the Friday night Kiddush, which is found on page 122. Please rise for Kiddush. Just like you practiced it. Okay.
And there was evening and there was morning, the 6th day. The heaven and the earth were finished in all their array. On the 7th day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the 7th day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the 7th day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzah banu, v'shabbat kodsho b'yahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila leminkra kodesh, zecher litziat mitzrayim, ki vanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. That was so bad. That was so bad.
L'chaim.
Ooh, that was good. That's good.
You can put the cup down.
Okay.
Please be seated. Okay, good job.
That was so bad.
Emma. We continue now on page 124. Since we have a new view of our sanctuary this evening, and since we have welcomed a handful of people to form a minyan in our sanctuary this evening, I chose this reading at the top of page 124 to mark this moment. We enter this sanctuary to welcome Shabbat. Within these walls, we sit surrounded by numberless generations. Our ancestors built the synagogue as a visible sign of God's presence in their midst. Throughout our long history and our endless wanderings, it has endured, a beacon of truth, love, and justice for all humanity. Its presence guided our ancestors to lives of righteousness, holding up to them a vision of their truest selves. We read together, "Now we, in our turn, come into this sanctuary to affirm the sacredness of our lives. May we enter this place in peace. May holiness wrap around us as we cross its threshold. Weariness, doubt, the flaws within our human hearts, the harshness of the weak, let these drop away at the door. In the brightness of Shabbat, let peace settle upon us as we lift our hearts in prayer." We continue now on page 144 of Mishkan Tefillah as we join in Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei tichol Beit Yisrael b'gala bar vit mam vit nasei vit adar vit ale vit alal shmeid good shabrihu leila min kol bikhata bishirata tush bikhata nechmata damiran bealma bimeru.
Please rise for the Baruch. O God, you are as near as the very air we breathe, yet farther than the farthermost star. We yearn to reach you. We seek the light and warmth of your presence. Though we say you are near, we are lonely and alone. O let our desire be so strong that it will tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and joy of your presence. We continue now joining together in the Shema, pages 152 and 153.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We turn now to page 157 as we continue reading responsibly in English in the middle of the page. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Glomin chazak mimenu, Baruch ata Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael
We continue now with the tefillah found on page 164. Please rise for the tefillah.
Adonai sifatai tiftachu fi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor VaHanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Akol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Gula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ava, Melech Ozer, U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei Akol Atarab Le'oshia, Morid Ha'atal. Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayei Akol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofeh Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umikayem Emunato Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gvurot, Umidom Helach, Melech Mimit, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman ata le'achayot hakol, Baruch ata Adonai, Mechayei akol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, Ukdoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch ata Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Please be seated. Today is the 19th anniversary of the September 11th terrorist attacks. And as we approach the part of our service where it is customary to offer a prayer for peace, I would like to offer a special reading at this time. It is a poem by poet Alden Solvoy, and it is entitled For 9/11 Survivors. God of the survivor, God of the mourner and the witness, grant solace and peace to those still held by physical, emotional, and spiritual distress from the attacks of 9/11. Release them from visions of death and destruction, from guilt or shame, from fear or anger. Bind their wounds with your steadfast love. Lift them on your wings of kindness and grace. Blessed are those who have found peace. Blessed are those without tranquility. Blessed are those who speak. Blessed are those who stay silent. Blessed are those who have healed. Blessed are those who suffer. Blessed are those who forgive. Blessed are those who cannot forgive. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, source of strength for survivors of violence and tragedy in every land and in every age. Blessed are you, Rock of Israel, source of hope and comfort. We pause now for silent prayer, known in Hebrew as Tfilat Halev, the opportunity to offer to God the prayer of our hearts. Inspirational readings for this time can be found in Mishkan Tefillah on pages 180 and 181.
say shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Oh, say shalom, shalom bimromav. Oh, say shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Oh, say shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Amen. Amen. Say shalom, shalom bimromav. Say shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Ve'al kol Yisrael
This week, catastrophic fires raged in places as far apart as Lebanon, Greece, and the western United States. These blazes again put into clear focus the important role firefighters and other first responders have in saving lives and protecting homes. They put themselves at risk to protect others, even as each fire season seems worse than the one before. As we prepare for Mishaberach, we know that many of these first responders are injured on the job. It is especially important to remember and pray for them on this day, the 19th anniversary of the September 11th terrorist attacks. Tomorrow morning at the Open Torah, I will read our congregational list of names for those in need of healing. At this time, I invite those in the sanctuary to share the name of a loved one out loud or in your heart. And if you are viewing our service on Facebook Live or YouTube, you can enter your loved one's name in need of healing in the comments section of the page. If you'd like to share a name out loud or in your heart, I invite you to do so. We continue now on page 371 of our Siddur, page 371, with the Mishaberach. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. The prophet Elijah is the honored guest at every Passover Seder, and every covenant ceremony for a newborn child. His name is invoked as Shabbat ends each week. We mention Elijah and even open ourselves to the possibility of his arrival because in the Bible, we never read of Elijah's death. We read in 2 Kings that he is carried to heaven on a flaming chariot with flaming horses, and that his disciple Elisha receives Elijah's spirit. The unique fire that consumes Elijah creates a sense of mystery about him and has made us long for his message of redemption through the centuries. It is not the only place where fire has a divine, powerful quality. In Genesis chapter 15, Abraham has a prophetic dream in which he sacrifices animals and lays their pieces on the ground. A smoking oven and a fiery torch then move between the pieces, and God promises to Abraham and his descendants the land of Canaan. In the book of Daniel, King Nebuchadnezzar decrees that Daniel's 3 friends be thrown into the fiery furnace. Not only do the 3 not die, but when the king checks on them, he sees not 3, but 4 figures, and the 4th appears to be a divine being. And of course, we remember the setting where Moses, the greatest prophet of the Jewish people, was called by God to face the Pharaoh and say, "Let my people go." It was at a bush that was on fire, but the bush was unconsumed. As often as we may read about fire in the Bible, we never see a firefighter. Fire in these stories is not a natural force to be extinguished. Rather, it is a symbol intended to invoke awe. The proximity of fire to Abraham and Moses becomes a metaphor for the way we long to be close to God, but fear God's power at the same time. Stories about holy people such as Elijah and Daniel's companions can withstand fire only underscore the danger of fire to ordinary human beings. In just the past week, fire has destroyed parts of a refugee camp on the Greek island of Lesbos, brought panic to Beirut, where just last month an explosion devastated the city, and turned the skies orange over the San Francisco Bay Area. The power of fire is real, and it is frightening. We pray for the victims of these fires, but we also pray that the leaders in these countries and all places apply their wisdom and resources to decrease the risk of fire in the future. In this week's Torah portion, Nitzavim Vayelech, we are told that as a Jewish community, we can and must uphold the Torah. It is not in the heavens nor across the sea that someone must retrieve it for us. Rather, it is very close to us in our mouths and in our hearts to observe it. In the Jerusalem Talmud, Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish says, the Torah given to Moses was written with black fire on white fire. Rabbi James Stone Goodman interprets the passage this way: black fire on white fire, the letters black fire, the white fire, everything else. The text and its interpretations, the word and its translation. All translations are interpretations. All interpretations belong to the white fire. It's all over fire, text and commentary, the literal and non-literal, rooted source, and its interpretations. When we commit ourselves to the Torah, then, we commit not just to the words and laws, but we commit to the ideas and principles. It seems overwhelming, but in our Torah portion, God intended for us to achieve it. The white fire of the parchment embraces the black fire of the letters. The fire that destroys brings us fear, but the fire of the Shabbat candles brings us hope. May we acknowledge the power of fire. May we offer gratitude to those who keep us safe from fire and use their power to prevent fires in the future. And may we appreciate the symbolic nature of fire as a way to honor God's presence. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Our service continues at this time with the Aleinu, which is found in Mishkan Tefillah on page 586 at the bottom of the page. Please rise if you are able for the Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol,
Please be seated. I'd like to offer another 9/11 poem by poet Alden Solovey. Source and shelter, grant a perfect rest under your tabernacle of peace to those who died in the 9/11 attacks on the United States. Remember the works of their hands and the message of their hearts. Grant their families peace and comfort for your name's sake, and for the sake of those who perished. Bring an end to violence and terror speedily in our days. May their memories be sanctified with joy and love. May their souls be bound up in the bond of life, a living blessing in our midst. This Shabbat, remember those for whom we are in the Shloshim, 30-day period of mourning. Mel Krigsman, brother of Harry Krigsman. Marvin Gruber, friend of Ruth and Peter Adler. Dana Salzman, a temple member and wife of Jay Salzman. And Elba Galarza, remembered by the Sidenary Delavina family. We remember as well those whose yahrzeits occurred this week. Julia Butensky, Benjamin Chellimer, Leonard Chittum, Ralph Clark, Rose Cohen, Barbara Dillon, Bess Ehrlich Blumenfeld, Inga Glazer, Ira Gottschall, Nettie Gutman, Jerome Helfgott, Samuel Herzig, Aaron Janoff, Howard Kaplan, Sidney Kaufman, Sid Crivet Chase, Bertha Langet, Barney Quint, Natalie Rappaport, Helen Gerwit Saltzman, Willard Arthur Schooley, Helen Sirota, Rachel Sevi, Sybil P. Silberman, Janice Stein, John Stein, Albert Stiftel, Jerome Strickler, David Wertheimer, Paula Weiss, and Rosalind Wilson. We remember as well the victims of the terrorist attacks of September 11th, 2001, and we remember the martyrs of the Holocaust. We take them into our hearts with our own as we turn now to page 598 in your Siddur, and we rise for the life-affirming words of the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah. Be'alma divra chirutei v'amlich malchutei. B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uv'yizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivorach leolam ulalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemeid kudsha b'rechu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Ta'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say, Amen. Please be seated. It is my pleasure at this time to call upon Stacy Butler, a member of our Board of Trustees, to offer Shabbat greetings and announcements.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and welcome to Temple Emeth's streaming Shabbat service. Mazel Tov to Emma Foyer on becoming Bat Mitzvah, and Mazel Tov to her parents, Danielle and Jamie. There's so much more I'd like to say, but I'm following the script. The Temple takes pride in your achievement and look forward to sharing the simcha with you tomorrow, with many more sparkles, I'm sure. Because of Emma's Bat Mitzvah, tomorrow's Shabbat morning service will begin at 10:30 a.m. If you have not received High Holy Day prayer books and information, please contact the office to arrange pickup or delivery. Selichot, the service that reintroduces us to the themes of the High Holy Days, will take place tomorrow evening, Saturday, September 12th. At 7:30 p.m., Rabbi Sirbu will lead a text study by Zoom on the significance of fasting on Yom Kippur. Then at 8:30, we will have a live stream service here in the sanctuary. Save the date. Wednesday, September 30th, Temple Emeth will participate in a program on voting hosted by the Religious Action Center in New Jersey as part of the Reform Movement's civic engagement campaign. Finally, remember to keep the weekly email you received Thursday in your inbox all week long. It has the login codes for all the week's Zoom programming. Shabbat Shalom, and again, Mazal Tov.
And before I announce our closing song, I would also like to welcome to the Bima Tom Mustachio, our new accompanist. Welcome back. Tom started, I guess, just as I was going on sabbatical, so he and I haven't spent much time together, but your playing was beautiful, and thank you for the music that you shared with us at this evening's service. Our closing song this evening is found on page 681 of your Siddur. Page 681, to honor our country on this 19th anniversary of September 11th. Our closing song will be America the Beautiful. We'll sing the first two verses and first two choruses.
We'll sing the first verse and the last verse.
The first verse and the last verse. That's exactly what I meant to say. Oh, because, never mind. Well, that's what we'll sing, first verse and last verse. We join together. As we conclude our worship, we turn to one another and say Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
It is not too late if you're watching us on Facebook Live or YouTube to put Shabbat Shalom and your name and your location in the comments so that we have a little sense of who was watching us tonight. And we wish you a very peaceful Shabbat. We look forward to seeing you on Zoom for Torah study at 9 and back on our live stream for Emma's Bat Mitzvah at 10:30. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.